As society changes, our world changes, our landscapes are going to change too. We're on all public land here today in South Dakota. 640 million acres across the U.S. Your land and my land, we all have the right to use it.
Saw you walking by today, with the sunset in your eyes. I couldn't find the strength to say what was running through my mind.
So Lewis and Clark Lake is just a phenomenal fishery and one of the best recreational lakes in the state. I've been guiding on this water here for over 10 years. It's a little bit more of a challenging type of fishery versus the rest of it, which is what I like about it. You know, just being out here, and we're in some of the most serene places on earth right now here today, in this God's country, untouched territory, natural resources. It's good stuff, and it's your land. Sunrise, and you hear the whole world come to life. It's moments like that that make you realize what you have, what these resources are. This place needs to be around for the next generation, the generation after them to enjoy. Due to the runoff in the early spring from the snow melt coming up from Canada, North Dakota down, the last few years we've had some major flooding, bringing these upper reservoirs up 15, 20 feet high. Closing down the park, on the boat ramps. You got species, whether it's weeds, vegetation, or mussels and certain types of bait fish that don't belong there. When you mix in a species into a new ecosystem that doesn't belong there, it can turn it upside down and cause all sorts of problems. Which means you're not going to have these fisheries for the next generations, and my kids and your kids and our kids, your grandchildren and what have you. Big issue in the livestock world and the conservation. So your chronic wasting disease, if it's coming from livestock, which you can't prevent a deer from mingling in there and getting it, whatever the case is, but pretty good little outbreak problem here with it. EHD, which happens this year, which is like a blue tongue, which usually happens due to drought. It creates a mite in the stuff they're eating, and they dehydrate, and you'll find them dead, usually by waterways, because they're dehydrated and they're coming down to drink and dying. So once they start harvesting, they'll find all these dead deer in their corn and stuff like that. And that's a problem, especially for those of us trying to make a living on the waters and in the woods. The animals can't speak for themselves, so we have responsibility to speak for them. as well as the native grasses and prairies and everything else that falls into that wildlife category. Resources are extremely important to me as not just a South Dakota resident, but as just a U.S. citizen. I've done my 2 tours protecting this country, and I want to hang out and enjoy it for as long as I possibly can. It's our legacy to leave all this behind the way we found it, and if not better. Those are all by the efforts of the conservationists, not only just locally, all around the entire state, nationally. Team effort. But we can do it responsibly, and if it's managed properly, this can all be sustainable for another 100, 200 years to come at least. For the next generation, for my children, my children's children, and so on. Everything you do has an effect. Everything you don't do has an effect as well.